I'm a bird, mother. I'm a bird.
I hated the trailer. I hated the trailer so much.
The trailer made no sense.
I literally 5 minutes after it, I forgot how the characters looked like.
Yeah, the main cast for this one kind of seems like forgettable. Yeah.
Concordish, the Concord effect. Borderlands 4's Vote Hunters destroyed by gamers for being bland and boring designs.
What's up, space pirates? This is your Admiral, the always awesome Dr. Disaster, and it's really sad when a franchise has outlived the creative juices of the studio that made it. There was a time when Borderlands was renowned for its goofy character designs and crass humor. Now, the only joke is...
So this is a screenshot from the trailer. Look at these characters. Look at these characters.
Yeah, they were definitely different. Borderlands 2 cast was memorable and still memorable to this day.
They just look boring. I don't know.
No, yeah, like the second one was memorable, and now the new one, they just don't.
This one or oh, you mean in general the second Borderlands?
Yeah, their cast was vastly memorable compared to the latest one. If this is the new cast, yeah, then no, they're not memorable. Like maybe the third guy, maybe, but that's just like.
You mean this one?
Yeah, that one.
I don't know.
The only joke is what gamers are expected to drop $70 for. It's hard to believe, based on these character designs here, that this is supposed to be from a Borderlands game.
What the hell is even that?
These days, just about any...
I agree. If you would have showed me the screenshot like randomly, like woke me up in the middle of the night and be like, "Hey, Lifu, look at this," and showed me this, I'll be like, "What is wrong with you?"
What am I looking at? And also, why'd you wake me up?
Anything that Gearbox does is considered a bit of a joke. The last few Borderlands games, between Borderlands 3 and Tiny Tina's Wonderland, have been bad enough that I would be lying if I said that I had any real hope for Part 4 when it comes out. In fact,
I mean, I have Borderlands 3 with all the DLCs, and I have Tiny Tina, and I played both of them.
They were mid.
It's like, did I finish them? Yes. Would I replay them? Probably not.
I'm trying to remember the cast for Borderlands 3. They're not memorable either.
Even like in Tiny Tina, the first time you hear the stallion joke, you're like, "Ha, funny." The second time, you just go, "Okay, it's getting too old."
based on the fact that the lead writer and narrative director for this game is Sam Winkler, who went to war with gamers last spring during the Sweet Baby debacle. Based on that fact that he's in charge of this game, I fully expect Borderlands 4 to be about on par with the movie.
I have a really bad feeling about this.
Yeah, this Sam Winkler...
Like, the movie was extremely out of touch as well.
Mm-hmm.
So after seeing what they greenlit with the movie, that's part of the, not the part, but part of why I'm extremely convinced that I'm completely skipping Borderlands 4.
Winkler fella wrote Borderlands 3, which was awful compared to its predecessors. It's when the franchise really started to fall off as far as I can tell, and he also wrote Tiny Tina, which was bloody awful in its own way. And now that the first trailer for the game has dropped, I have another reason to expect this game to be unplayable. The characters are about as bland as possible.
Lame-o.
And when you look at the character designs, well, I'm not inspired to want to play as any of them. They inspire me to take a nap because they are so bloody boring.
I don't know about bloody boring and taking a nap. For me, it's more like I'm looking at it and I'm getting exhausted just looking at it.
The third guy kind of just seems like he's straight out of a fighting game, though.
Hey everyone! Come and see how good I look!
Honestly?
Alright me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and also, don't forget to follow me over on Twitter or X, or whatever you want to refer to it as these days. I keep a list on there of games lousy with wokeness pinned to the account at all times for your reference. My handle over there is Dr. Disaster 1. Anyhow, let's dive on into Borderlands 4. First of all, the trailer itself looked reasonably okay. I can't say...
Yeah, the first teaser we got was pretty much just highlighting this.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
But the actual first trailer we got was the one on during
Games
Awards.
Award? Yeah, that was tragic.
And the second they showed people standing and the characters walking, that's where we were ready to like, okay, they're not even trying to, at this point, to continue Borderlands. It has like the whole empty shell feeling to it.
Yeah.
Like, you can just look at it and you feel like it's empty. It's a pretty exterior, in their opinions, but we're not there for pretty exterior and polished 3D characters. That's not why we play Borderlands.
No, we're there for the humor and the
Comic look.
And guns. Lots of guns.
Say that the game is an automatic pass for me yet. They showed what looked to be some gameplay interspersed with the cinematic parts of the trailer, so I already appreciate it a lot more than the Witcher 4 trailer. There were some really cool concepts, some really cool designs of the bad guys in the trailer that, when fleshed out, might end up being sick as hell. But it's amazing how they can do that, how they can design the bad guys to look really cool, but then make these four...
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. It's not even like they designed it either. They're just building upon the bad guys, just flushing them out, and then the heroes, the cast. I don't know, man. Different team, I guess. Like the original team left midway. Like there's I can't really give an explanation, but I feel like that's the only case.
I cannot wait for them to drop where they actually talk. And we'll hear something like, yes, girl, go get it.
Oh my gosh, you're right. That's along the lines that they would do.
I feel like that's what's coming.
Here, the Vault Hunters for the game. They ended up looking like NPCs that you'd expect to see running around somewhere in the middle of the game. In my mind, the Vault Hunters from Borderlands 2 were the peak characters of the franchise. They were well designed from both an artistic and gameplay perspective. They just hit hard. Even Borderlands 3 had more appealing Vault Hunters than what we're being presented with in Part 4. These guys from 4 have an almost Concord-like appeal to them.
We need to like start officially calling it like the Concord effect, when the characters of a game are absolutely forgettable.
And lots of gamers are agreeing with me. Over on the trailer, the comment section is chock full of people criticizing the design, despite the fact that the trailer has a pretty good ratio. This person here said, Borderlands 4 characters include Homeless 1, Homeless 2, Cyborg Viking, and Homeless 3.
See, I'm telling you, the third dude was kind of memorable. He kind of does look like a cyborg Viking, though.
No, the part that got me was the Homeless 1, Homeless 2, Homeless 3. Oh boy.
They make the enemies look so much cooler than the Vault Hunters. The Vault Hunters...
Wait, but can we play as the enemies then? Maybe they're doing the whole reversal thing, and we're playing as the bad guys then, and we have to get rid of these bland...
Maybe, but the closest thing we had to a bad guy was Krieg, and even then he wasn't even a bad guy.
Look like background characters you would find in a random town. Honestly, they'd be smart to redesign the Vault Hunters. You know, considering that enemies have a better design, can I join the bad guy?
Very based.
And not because I just said that, just in general based.
We'll
pretend like I didn't say that earlier. We have Souls-like, we have Rogue-like, and we have Concord-like. It needs to be an official category.
Guys, please. And then this guy wrote, did they hire the Concord character designers for the Vault Hunters? They look terrible. Now, it's been suggested by some that in this game they will permit players to create their own characters, and if that does end up being the case, then I will retract my complaints to some degree. And this is entirely possible, by the way.
Well, I will not retract my statement unless there's actual vast, like, a little quirky options to make your character.
Yep.
Just because they're giving options to make your own character doesn't mean the options are gonna be good from what we can see.
After all, you got to create your own character in Tiny Tina. So yeah, if you can make your own character, then
But even in Tiny Tina, like the options to make your character was very bland. Knowing Gearbox, they'll pull a Veilguard and go, hey, we can make this even better. Oh my god, you're right. They will absolutely try to pretend like they can make Borderlands better than it was.
Yeah.
They will walk in and be like, yeah, we know better what the Borderlands fans want.
character design isn't necessarily a problem, other than I will question why in the hell the people who put this trailer together didn't come up with a better set of design characters than this to show off their new game. It showcases a bit of a lack of creativity on their part, but whatever. No, a part of me is still holding out hope that this game ends up being good. After all, I have put in a ton of hours on Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel. Hell, I even played the heck out of an old poker game on the PS3 back in the day because one of the characters you could play against was Claptrap. So, I love the franchise, and I want to see it restored, but in my mind, the thing standing between Borderlands and its former greatness is the fact that Gearbox, like all the other studios in the gaming industry these days, they have let all the woke activist types take over. I'm sure that there are still a ton of very talented devs that put...
I might be coping, but I honestly didn't think Gearbox will do that up until I saw the trailer.
Put this game together. After all, the art style, the graphic novel art as they have called it, that still looks beautiful. But this same...
Wait, so they're showing some scenes. It does still look like the old one.
Sam Winkler that wrote the game...
This is the one I said, like, she was like the only one that actually stood out.
Winkler that...
This one.
She looks like an NPC. I'm sorry. She's definitely an NPC.
But she at least stood out.
wrote the game was arguing in favor of consultancy groups like Sweet Baby Inc. earlier this spring. This is him here on Twitter. He wrote, "I see this argument all the time against DEI and consultancy, and it just highlights the total misunderstanding of what being a good writer is. You don't somehow max out your stats and learn how to write every conceivable character, plot, or prose style." And for full context, he wrote this in response to people saying that hiring the likes of Sweet Baby to tell you how to write, for example, a black female character, hiring them is foolish, a lot of us have said, but this guy seems to think that someone who looks different than him is an alien species that he can't write for. I wonder if he thinks that...
They did that before, and people loved it.
Oh yeah, they did. And people love that character. What the frick?
So what on earth makes them think now that they're not capable of doing it? Who brainwashed them to a point where they think all of a sudden they don't have the skill to do that? Or are they just trying to justify why they hired them?
J.R.R. Tolkien consulted elves before he wrote about them.
God damn. Yo, Dr. Disaster kind of popping off on this, huh?
In The Lord of the Rings. Does he really think that people with different skin color have different emotions, different motivations? But whatever. This dude was clearly just trying to stick with his comrades in the industry. This isn't automatically disqualifying for Borderlands 4, but I'm definitely not expecting much from the game. And at this stage, unless something changes, this is one of those games to purchase when it goes on sale. If even then.
Not even.
Maybe for like $5.
What's the point of purchasing a game that you already know you're not gonna play?
then. But I'm going to leave it there. Drop your thoughts on Borderlands 4 into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching.
Good video, and I almost forgot I'm not on my YouTube Smurf. My intrusive thoughts were telling me to write, this game is gonna be poo poo pee pee.